Alright, received my frames from Arttoframes. Lift the box up so you can kind of see the name of it. Okay. I ordered 2 frames from them. I haven't opened it yet. I did pull the tab on it, so I did do that. But I want to pull the frames out, and this is the first time I'm looking at them, so we'll see whether or not Arttoframes is a good quality company. They're expensive, depending on what acrylic you get. They have different levels of acrylic. You know, the cheap plexiglass, basically. The cheap acrylic doesn't really protect it. Then they have different levels of acrylic. They have a restoration, museum restoration type acrylic that stops 96% of UV rays, so your artwork doesn't get faded if it gets too much bright light. I ordered non-glare restoration grade. I believe is what I ordered. So anyway, we'll open this up. And it's pretty well packaged. Yeah, let me tip this down so you can see. You know, it's pretty well packaged. You can see here. Yeah. So we'll slide it out. And there's 2 frames in here. Okay, it is. Man. Yeah. So it's definitely well packaged, as you can see. Throw that out there. So you can see here, you know how well packaged it is. It's cardboard all around. The bottom was on the bottom of the box. I don't know if the bottom of this is, you know, screwed up at all. But you can see, basically, they are pretty well packaged. Like I say, there's 2 frames in here. I have to get a pair of scissors to cut it. So we'll cut the tape right there, and then I'll show you when I pull them out. Alright, there's 2 frames. This is the first one. And I did pay extra money to have the hanging kit installed. And as you can see, it is not installed, so that's a little disappointing. I did pay extra for that. I think it was $5 to have them install it. And they did not install it on that one either. So anyway, you can see, you know, this is what the frame looks like. Okay. I will get another, after I put the artwork in it. This is 1 frame. I don't know if there's plexiglass over that for shipping or not. It doesn't look like it. You know, it's not the best. You can see how easy that just pushed out. You see, I barely pushed on it and it popped out. So they could have done a better job, but I guess they figured, well, you know, why do it perfectly? Because you're gonna pull it open anyway to get your artwork in it. So we'll do that. That's the first frame, as you can see. Okay. I'll get a picture of it after the artwork, but it's a really nice looking frame. Now these frames are very, very, very expensive. Like this one here, they didn't even pull the, yeah, like this one here, none of the tabs on this frame are bent over. None of them are. So that's a little disappointing. Yeah, they didn't even, yeah, so it shows you they were in a big hurry to get it done. This, both of them were supposed to be non-reflective. Yeah, both of these were supposed to be non-glare. I guess that's kind of non-glare. So anyway, we'll take these up, and then if the frames aren't the right size, that's on me. But I did measure my artwork. And when I measure my artwork, yeah, you can see this isn't even, you know, they shipped it without that even being fastened, as you can see. So that sucks. Cheap cardboard for the backer. Like that's how most of them are. So yeah, it doesn't look like it was damaged during shipping. I'll wrap it, get the frame in it to give you another shot. But I don't like the idea that they didn't bend the tabs over on this one, because it actually damaged the acrylic a little bit. If it's scratched, they're getting it back. So we'll see. But yeah, you think they would have, when they put it together, they would have made sure that a couple of these tabs were bent over, and they didn't. So probably use, somebody that's hired for doing this that doesn't know what they're doing, or they're just cheap in a big hurry because they have so many frames. So anyway, I'll cut it here, and then I'll frame my artwork. Like I say, hopefully I did it right. I'll frame my artwork, and then I'll get a picture, because I'm kind of curious as to the corner joints, the miter joints, and how well it's put together. And so I'll take them upstairs, put the artwork in it, and then get another shot with that. And you can see this is a reflection control acrylic, framing grade. I don't know, because you don't know what they put in it. That's what it says. This is 94% protection against UV, are supposed to be. Whether or not it is, you don't know, because it says framing grade, which I'd have to look at my order. The other thing that's very disappointed in them, they didn't put any kind of a receipt or anything in the box. And they also didn't put anything in there to say, hey, this is the best way to keep it clean. And you can see the size of it right there. So I was a little disappointed in that. You think they'd put something in there, say, to clean the plexiglass, do this or whatever. But anyway, so I'll get the frame framed, artwork framed. You can see the corner seams are pretty close. Now that one there's got a little bit of damage right there. I can touch that up. For the price, this frame should be like perfect. Now this corner is a little bit better. Just showing you the corners, how they matched them. Whether or not they did a good job. Static electricity is an issue. Yeah, that just had dust on it, so that corner is good. So anyway, what this is, it's a lithograph, okay? This is non-glare, believe it or not. So it cuts down on the reflection, the glare. Now you can see there's a hell of a lot of reflection for non-glare. Anyway, what this is, it's a lithograph. Maybe if I turn the light out here. You can see the poster, it's old, you can see all the wrinkles in it. I purchased this back in 1980, 1979 or 80. From Future magazine. And it's a lithograph, which is a little bit different than a print. Lithographs obviously are a lot more money. So anyway, it's Reaching for the Stars by Boris, excellent artiste. So anyway, I'll have to put the hanging crap on it, as you can see there. Came with it, but like I say, I paid extra to have them hang it up, frame it in it. Now the only problem I had was, I thought this lithograph here, I thought it was 29 inches, it's 29 and a quarter. That was my fault. They do leave you a little bit of expansion movement for the plexiglass. So it's cut a little bit shorter, smaller than the opening. So anyway, get an overhead shot. But anyway, this is Reaching for the Stars, Boris. And it is a lithograph from I think I purchased it in 1980, I want to say. I would say 1980. Could have been 79. 79 or late 79, early 80 is when I purchased this. I paid, quite a bit for it because it is nice. And when you're a youngin', you can see where, I got a little bit of tape adhesive on the actual print itself. But hey, so yeah, it's not perfect. It had another tear in one of these corners. I had a little bit of a tear somewhere. But anyway, it looks pretty good. The frame, for the most part, other than the little damage on this corner, the frame is nice. I'm going to finish framing. I got another one to frame, and I'll get a photo of that too. A shot of that. So, looking at this plexiglass here, I thought I had ordered non-glare. I'm going to have to check my order because, like I say, they didn't give me a receipt. Because on both of them I ordered non-glare, and this frame here was very expensive. It was like 200 bucks with the plexiglass. So I want to make sure they gave me the right plexiglass, that they didn't, like, you know. So if it's the wrong plexiglass, I will bash them. I'll let you know that. But maybe, you know, I didn't tell them the right plexiglass. This frame was extremely expensive. It's a wide gold frame. The seams look pretty good. I don't really see, you know, any kind of damage or anything. This miter joint here is really shitty. You can see how it's got a big gap in it. For the price, that bad boy should be freaking tight. So, yeah, that's a poor quality miter there. Very poor quality. This one here is pretty tight. It's not too bad. Could have been better. You know, this mortar here is a real good mortar. A little out on the outside. But, yeah, you can see this is offset a little bit. Doesn't line up perfectly. But this corner here, there's no excuse to have that bad of a miter. You know, they probably would have had a putty they could have put in there and a fillet, so that's pretty shitty there. So right now, I would give them maybe a 4, if that. So anyway, this is a beauty shop, a beauty parlor. And if you notice, it's signed by the girl who painted, who drew it, painted it, whatever. It's signed by her. I don't know if you can see that or not. But anyway, she signed it. And the reason I didn't purchase this, I had a beauty shop that I worked on doing heating and cooling. And the girl didn't pay me. So I was like, alrighty then. And that's the way you want it. So there was access to another part of the beauty salon. And so when I was packing up my tools and leaving, she didn't pay me. So I thought, well, maybe she'll send a check. So what I did is I took this frame, this artwork rather, the print or whatever you want to call it. So I took it. Yes, I did swipe it. You're damn straight I did. And she never knew that it was missing. I'm sure she found out, you know, months or years later. But anyway, she never paid me. And I says, hey, I know I need that check. And she still didn't pay me. So I got this. This was signed by the autograph in her beauty parlor. And it is now mine. This was years ago. And I'm like, yeah, don't fuck me over. So anyway, you can see it's an interesting print. You know, what I liked about it is all the cleavage. I mean, look at that. Yeah, and you got cleavage hanging out everywhere. She's almost showing some nipple there. X-rated. No, that'd be R-rated these days. I could have done without the dog, you know, but a lot of people that have money, they have those little yapping dogs. So anyway, the frame itself, I really do like the frame. You know, it's a really nice frame. I thought the gold would look good with this particular print. But like I say, that's a shitty seam there. You know what? This frame, I'm going to go down to a 3 because of that right there. Yeah, I don't know if they, yeah, because they could have done, I wouldn't have accepted that from a store. I would have said, no, you got to redo that because that is really shitty. I'll probably take a picture of it and send it to the company and just say, yeah, this frame, that miter is very unacceptable. It's got a very large gap. You know what? Let me take a picture right now. Yeah, that's unacceptable. Yeah, that's a very poor quality miter. Considering this frame alone was 200 bucks or close to it. Yeah, that's unacceptable. So anyway, and then I'm going to make sure whether or not I screwed up on my order, didn't order the non-glare. And then I'll do a final review on Arttoframes. And then I'll contact customer service, send them a picture of that poor quality there, and I'll see what they say. Now, if they offer to knock, you know, some money off, you know, 30, 40 bucks, I'll accept it. If not, yeah. So anyway, we'll see what happens.